If you're planning to grow crops in summer, the question is not just what grows. It's what grows reliably, what supports your health, and what fails if misunderstood. Because summer is not a forgiving season. High temperatures, water stress, and pest pressure don't just affect growth. They expose weak decisions. So instead of looking at crops as options, let's look at them as systems, starting with what they offer your body and what they demand from your land. Let's start with ridge gourd. Ridge gourd is one of the most underrated summer vegetables from both a health and farming perspective. It is high in water content, supports digestion, and helps regulate body temperature in hot climates. From a crop perspective, it is well adapted to heat. It germinates within 5 to 7 days and begins producing in about 50 to 60 days. The full crop cycle can extend up to 100 to 120 days. It grows as a climbing vine, so support structure is essential. The main risk is not growth, it is pollination. Poor pollination leads to fruit drop even when the plant looks healthy. Fruit flies are the primary pest concern. Harvest fruits when they are tender and green. If delayed, they become fibrous and lose quality. Next is amaranth. Amaranth is one of the most nutrient-dense leafy crops you can grow in summer. It is rich in iron, calcium, and plant protein, making it valuable for blood health. It grows extremely fast. You can begin harvesting in 20 to 30 days. Unlike many leafy greens, it tolerates high temperatures well. This makes it highly reliable. However, it has shallow roots, which means it is sensitive to moisture stress. Inconsistent watering quickly affects growth. Leaf pests like miners and caterpillars are the main concern. Harvest early and frequently to maintain leaf quality and encourage regrowth. Now consider cowpea. Cowpea is both a vegetable and a legume. It provides protein, fiber, and essential minerals. But more importantly, it improves soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. So it does not just grow in the soil, it supports it. It performs well in high temperatures and tolerates relatively low water conditions. Germination takes about 4 to 6 days. Harvest begins in 45 to 60 days. The crop cycle ranges from 70 to 100 days. The main risks include aphids and pod borers. Harvest pods when they are tender. If delayed, quality and taste decline quickly. Now look at ash gourd. Ash gourd is one of the most cooling foods used in summer diets. It supports hydration, digestion, and internal temperature regulation. From a crop perspective, it is slow but stable. Germination takes about a week. Harvest begins around 80 to 100 days. The crop duration can extend beyond 120 days. It requires space and strong support because of large fruit size. The main limitation is time. It occupies land longer than faster crops. Pest pressure is moderate, mainly fruit flies and leaf feeders. Each plant produces fewer fruits, but they are large and heavy. Finally, cluster beans. Cluster beans are highly adapted to hot and dry conditions. They are rich in dietary fiber and support digestion and blood sugar control. From a farming perspective, they require low input and minimal water. Germination takes about 5 to 7 days. Harvest begins in 40 to 50 days. The crop cycle is around 80 to 100 days. The main risk is overwatering, which affects root health. Harvest pods when they are young and tender. Frequent harvesting improves yield. So if you step back and look at these crops together, a pattern becomes clear. Successful summer crops are not chosen randomly. They are aligned with heat, water availability, and biological stability. But each one still has a failure point. Pollination failure, water imbalance, pest pressure, timing mistakes. So the real decision is not just what to grow. It is understanding what each crop demands from your system, because summer does not reward effort. It exposes weak planning. And the crops that succeed are the ones that are aligned with both environmental conditions and biological reality.